Before I get killed over here, we have a question from the crowd. Melinda, the referee girl, is subbing in for Katie tonight. It's next woman up in this case.
It is.
Eric's played 81 straight games, and Katie's missing a show.
Wow. She had a pretty...
Good to have you, Melinda.
Hi, thank you.
Katie had a major hangnail, so she's day to day.
I understand.
Melinda may take her job, and it may be Wally Pipp and Lou Gehrig.
I think she's doing well so far.
Thanks. All I need to do is just sit here?
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, I'm fine with that.
Did you have a question from the crowd,
too? Yeah, we do have a question. It's about basketball. What do you guys think of David Stern vetoing the Houston, LA, New Orleans trade this past week?
Big trade.
Hugo Chavez was so proud. So proud. Just doing whatever you want. Yeah, just doing whatever. Yeah, just.
Well, first of all, they messed up the way they handled it. If they'd have let the owners scatter to the wind and not be under one roof, I think that trade might have gone through. But coming out of the lockout, the owners are still going to be beating on their chest saying, we're going to tell you who runs the league, and the marquee players aren't going to decide where they want to go. So I think if they could have been handled differently by letting the owners all kind of get out of in the same building, which they didn't do. But their rationale that it was too one-sided for the Lakers, I don't believe that, because I thought it was a good trade for everybody.
The Hornets had a good deal. They were getting 4 players and
then just what happened with the Clippers.
And Houston was getting the big guy it won.
And then the thing that just happened with the Clippers.
After the Paul Lakers deal gets shot down, the Clippers start negotiating.
And the Clippers give them half their team.
Yeah, and David Stern steps in and says, no, we want your best player, too, or your second best player.
It's just...
That's the problem with an owner owning a team in the league.
It's awful.
Or I should say a commissioner of the league.
You know, there's been... I just can't believe this happened. And you're right. It goes back to... A lot of people, is it about money? Yeah, it's about money. But at the end of the day, it's about power. These labor negotiations, the lockouts, all this, it's about power. And you got to understand, these are men that have had power over companies and billions of dollars their whole lives, pretty much their whole adult lives. They've been successful, and now some 22-year-old kid is going to come in and tell him, you can stick it up. You know what?
If I was Stern, I'd be on the phone with Mark Zuckerberg. I said, man, you're worth like half the planet with this Facebook thing. And I saw the social network, and you don't do real well with women. But if you own a basketball team, look at Mark Cuban. He's doing okay.
All you need is a black T-shirt.
NBA where amazing unhappens. Yeah. The thing is that, for the Rockets, but I just think that it really, I think they were hurt more than anybody else. First of all, I mean, for all the accolades that Daryl Morey gets, it's weird, man. The free agents don't want to come here. And it's hard to build a team, an NBA team especially, without that one marquee player that everybody wants to come and play with.
You got to have stars.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think, guys, we can't get marquee players to come here?
Because we just aren't as sexy as other locations. I mean, right now the Rockets are like that ugly girl at the club at 2 o'clock. and everybody,
she's a tenant too,
and she'll take anybody. Like, if we're gonna settle, if we're gonna give Samuel Dalembert, if that's our big free agent acquisition, I know they wanted to sign Marc Gasol to an offer, which would be cool. But if you have that one guy, because then you get more national TV appearances. Then the merchandising increases. That's why people wanted to play with Yao, because they knew that not only would they be popular here, but they'd be exactly.
They'd be the most popular international team in the world.
Exactly. So everybody goes to the All-Star game when you align with this guy. But when you don't get that attention from that one person, then it's hard to get that one guy to commit for everybody else to come in, because that one guy is wondering where he can go with these other guys. So, and I think that's what happened with Chris Bosh last year. I'm pretty sure he would have come here, but
But Billy, what you dubbed them when they all ended up on the Heat was one of the funniest lines, I thought.
What was it? Which was it?
When James ended up on the Heat, Billy posted online, it's the 3 my egos.
Oh yeah, the 3 my egos.
The 3 my egos.
Yeah,
good line.
3 my egos. Yeah.
But I don't think it matters what David Stern does after the lockout. Any press the NBA gets is going to be, well, of course, we aren't into them right now. We're angry at any decision they make, and press over a trade that gets stopped. Like who really cares, you know, because they were already angry at the NBA. The season ended so well, and then the lockout just sort of ruined all that momentum.
Yeah.
And now I feel like now like the Heat might win a championship with an asterisk, and it won't even count because it'll be a 60-game season, and like that's like the exact like half a ring that they're gonna get.
Right.
You know, and everybody's just gonna roll their eyes at the NBA.
What's the GM of the Hornets supposed to do though? He was told he can make deals to improve the team. He makes a good deal for the Hornets for a guy who's going to walk at the end of the year anyway, and the commissioner steps in and puts the hammer down and says, sorry, you can't do that because the rest of the owners don't want Chris Paul going to L.A. to play with Kobe.
Right.
I mean, if I'm Dell Demps, I just walk away and say.
And it was a balanced deal, too. I mean, we gave up a lot, but we got that marquee guy that possibly a guy like Nene would have wanted to come play with and other guys. And New Orleans got, you know, I think the best portion of the deal.
Because with
Paul going to the Lakers, I mean, they didn't have anything left.
The thing of it in the NBA, too, is you're better off literally sucking for a couple of years and get two high draft picks. Because here's the thing, it's hard to find. You're not going to find, very, very few times you're going to find a potential franchise player with a 16th overall pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the 15th overall pick.
You get stuck in
If you don't have one of the top 3 or 4 picks, you're not getting it.
Well, you know, the saying is in the NFL, it's a quarterback-driven league. I mean, you look at the last Super Bowls, mostly have been elite quarterbacks at it. The NBA, it's a star-driven team. I mean, it is, and we haven't had the stars in Houston.
And someone asked me too, why would the Clippers do this deal? They're giving away half their team. It's like, listen, they're going to get Chris Paul, superstar, to play with Blake Griffin, other superstars.
Exactly.
They'll find 3 other guys to play.
And that's
because what they've been doing lately hasn't been working either.
Two stars in their prime.
They're going to sell out that arena every night, and every time they get a chance to get on national TV, they're going to be on there. So it's worth it.
Yeah.
No matter what the record is, just to see them play.
Yeah, it's all about making a deal to get.
Well, look at you switch in sports. Look what the Angels did just by signing those 2 guys in Pujols and I can't remember CJ's. What's the other guy they signed?
C.J. Wilson.
Wilson, yeah. I mean, they've become now California's baseball team. The Dodgers are kind of irrelevant right now. The Padres are. So just by signing those 2 guys, they all of a sudden generate all this interest.
How's they doing just what the Yankees do anyway? I mean, go out
well, now haven't they got a network too for them? I don't know if that was part of getting Pujols or.
I'm not sure, in Anaheim?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. ESPN reporting, we're told that the league is actually trying to figure out a way to get that Chris Paul to the Clippers deal put back together, for whatever that's worth. Good luck with that.